the climate in Europe? Are you concerned, for example, about political risk in the region, whether it's Italian elections or, on the macro level, the ECB's handling of their unwinding of their balance sheet? How do you view the picture in Europe?
I think that there's today and there's what it used to be. And the ECB and Mario Draghi should be congratulated and thanked for taking it through the crisis. There's always a debate as to what the best processes are. Did you print money? And the Germans argue with the Italians and so on. And now look at it. Okay, we have been through the worst debt crisis. We have had what I call a beautiful deleveraging. We're now where that crisis is largely behind us, and we're now in a situation where growth is improving. Of course, it could always be better. You can have more structural reforms, but there have been quite a bit of structural reforms. And so we're in a situation in which growth is positive. The debt crises are not as difficult by any means as they were, and we're not having an inflation problem. The inflation is to get it up to 2%, and that's a struggle. If that's a big problem, that's not a big problem. The issue, of course, still has to do with keeping this expansion going, because if you talk about the political issue, then there's the challenge between the haves and the have-nots, and this is a worldwide challenge. And so you must not have an economic slide back, because if you have an economic slide back, that's where the real political problems are. That's where the challenges are. So I'm not worried about too much inflation in Europe, okay? And I'm not worried about that. And I think that we're on a good track. Of course, there will be the political issues. There are always the political issues. But put that in perspective, they're much less than they have ever been in the last, I don't know, 20 years.